Alright, another video by Chase. This time I don't really have much to talk about, but it is my 9 to 9. It is a 12-hour day at work. I sold one car in the morning early, and the remaining 10 hours have been hell. So I guess I'm just kind of talking about the business that I'm working in and why I'm working in it, because 20 years ago you could make a fortune in the car industry. You really could. And that's based on talking to seasoned veterans at my job. That's based on research online, and that's also based on common sense, because car dealers were shady people, and still are, to be honest with you, but were much shadier back in 20 years ago and prior to that. And the reason for that was the internet. People were so uneducated on these machines, and there's so many components to these machines, and there's a lot of things that could go wrong. And with that came, like I said, lack of education on how much these cars cost, how much they're worth, and no frame of reference for what they're going for elsewhere outside of their 20-mile radius. So what that means is, every time someone needed a car 20 years ago and before that, they went to their local dealer, they saw the car they liked, they chose it, they told the dealer that's the one they wanted, and that car was marked up so high because that customer had no other option. If they wanted that car, they could try another dealer, but they're going to mark it up just as high because they know that that's the way the business worked back then. There'd be $8,000, $10,000, $12,000 of profit in these cars, which the salesman would be taking home 20% of that, 30% of that, and as they sell more and more, 35, 40% of that. It's a shitload of money. As just a salesman, you could make so much money, let alone managers and executives beyond that in a car dealership and stuff, let alone owners, man. Owners today make a lot of money. Think about back then. It's unbelievable. So today, fast forward to 2019, the internet exists, and people buy cars across the country every single day. It happens here, happens at Arnie Bauer every single day. Someone sees a car. Now, different geographical locations in America have different markets for cars, and it makes sense for a customer to buy a $200 plane ticket, save $3 grand on the exact same car that they could have bought in Baltimore. Now, geez, I'm on a busy ass road here. All right, I'm gonna turn around. Fast forward to today, the internet exists. Everyone's more than educated on not only the cars themselves and the product. You know, I'll be honest. I got asked to be in this business because I'm a people person and I can talk, not because I'm a car person. In fact, I was the exact opposite. Now, granted, I've been here 8 months now, almost 9. So I'm much better with at least our cars and how ours work. But coming in, and I know the average amount about a car, nothing crazy. But when I first got here, I knew nothing, absolutely nothing. Buttons, nothing, like literally nothing. Mechanically, absolutely nothing. Feature-wise, maybe I could figure out what a button did on the fly, but just crazy. So my point was, customers knew more than me, because I'm coming into this business in 2019, and a customer walks in on a certain car. They saw it online. They've been looking for this car everywhere, so they know every spec about it. So I look like a dumbass when they ask me something, when it's my first month there, which is fine. That's the way the business works, but that is what happened. It is absolutely what happened. So, like I was saying, not only are they more educated on the product, they are much more educated on the value. And beyond that, they can use other dealerships' values as leverage against yours. So my whole point is, since all shopping is done online, whether it be a fucking house or a bar of soap, all shopping is done online. And price match stuff, people price match soap from one website and walk into Walmart and get the best deal. Like, everything is priced online. And since every dealership knows that, if they didn't know that, they'd be out of business. But since they do know that,
they have to put their rock bottom price. They have to get people in the door. It's hard times in the car business from what I've heard. I would say the same, but I have a small frame of reference. These guys who've been here for a long time say the same, but they've been doing this for 20 years. So each car has probably anywhere from $1,000 on a really good day, $3,500 a markup and of profit sitting in that car. And then the salesman will take home anywhere from 20 to 40% of that, depending on how many they've sold that month. And if that sounds good, but at the same time, as soon as they want to move them so fast because they're on a floor plan and they technically don't even own the cars, so they're paying interest on these cars that are sitting on the lot. And what that means is they have more motive to push volume than profit, which works fine for the managers and the owners. Doesn't work so great for the salesman, because I could sell 10 cars, 11 cars, they all have no money in them. They're fine with it because they get kickbacks for pushing volume and moving units. I get paid by the amount of money in the car. And when it's already, the bar is so low every single week. So we buy a car, it's got $3,000 of markup in it. Next week, it's got $2,800. The next week it doesn't sell, it's got $2,600. The next week it doesn't sell, $2,400. And that dwindles all the way down. All the way down to zero, and actually past that. We have several cars in the red because it's more beneficial for them to get rid of it than it is to actually make $1 on it. It is crazy. So it is hard times in the car business. It's hard. Even if you're good at selling and you start moving units, it's hard to make money. It's hard to hold the profit in it, which is how we survive here. It's absolutely crazy. Now, the big problem with that, in my opinion, is that car dealers have built such a shitty reputation from all that time ago. You know, when they had all that money in the car, and then ensued a 3-hour gut-wrenching, brutal negotiation until they met somewhere in the middle at that $3,000 to $6,000 mark. That's the way car dealers conditioned every American buyer to purchase a vehicle. So now I got people coming in on a car that has $872 of profit in it, which equates to about $150 for me, and they want to take off $2,000, and they won't stop until they do, because that's the way they're conditioned. I have the same talk every day. I have to educate customers on the new dealer pricing model, the way things are and why they are that way. Of course, they don't give a shit because they think I'm lying, because car dealers have a terrible reputation. I think long term, this is really, really good for me. The experience I'm getting, not only is it sales experience, it's pretty raw sales experience. There is nothing more salesman-y than a car dealership or a car salesman. So people come in, and my job is to unwind their preconceived notions about who I am and what I do and why I do it. Not all of them, I will not say all of them, a lot of them think you're a snake from the start. And shit is just wild in the car business. It absolutely is. So I'm gonna start incorporating more of my 9-to-5 job onto this channel a little bit. I do a lot of other stuff, but this is a huge chunk of my business experience and my business career. It's a sexy van. Probably costing 75 G's. Oh, look how close. Can't see it. 76 grand. But yeah, the car business is different. It is like I said, the experience is great. The experience is absolutely great. And there will be months where I will make a killing, but there are months where I really, really don't make a killing, and I'm here for a long time. So I don't know how long I will stay at this dealership. I really don't know. But by the way things look, probably. So I'll have to make another video on this, but there's you make some pretty badass connections as soon as you enter the salesman world.
because they're all money savvy. They all want to do stuff on the side, and they're just money savvy. They're just savvy people. And since I'm likable, people like me. I make good friends with another savvy dude, and we're gonna make something happen. One of my salesman coworkers, soon enough. What we're waiting on is this dude was self-made for a decade, a full decade, from 2008 to like 2017. That's what he did. Self-made, all off the books. And what happened was he's an immigrant, and he wants to bring his wife over from India, but he can't prove his income. So he works 9 to 5 now. And until she can immigrate here, he will be here working with me. But we got big plans after the fact. So I pretty much just made this video because, like I said, it's been a 12-hour day at work. It's been long, it's been slow. I did sell a car, but 12 hours, come on. Like, I made 2 of these videos today. It's just whatever. All right, that's it. Till next time.